Alrighty, continuing. Well, we're going to take it to the ground now instead of a chair. Another one again to help increase the tolerance of the patient for that given day, that given session, is a stretch for lower back called the child pose. It may have other names, but that's what I call it. So preferably on a table, because on a table, obviously one is more giving on the knees, but also you have the ends to kind of anchor your hands on. So that when we get into that stretch position, again, it helps to really elongate the muscles, keep them in that stretch position. But for demonstration purposes, it's okay, bring it to the ground. So we're gonna do here, as we get into a tall kneeling position first, okay? And then we get into our quadruped position. What we're gonna do is have our hands slightly in front of our shoulders, okay? And again, if this is a table, I'd have my hands anchored, but it's okay. We're gonna have our hands stay in this position, and we're simply just gonna go ahead and try to rock back towards our heels, but I'm also getting a little bit of posterior pelvic tilt to get a little extra tension, a little extra stretch as I go ahead and get into this position here. If you don't feel that stretch too much, and maybe to have your knees too far forward, okay? What you can try is also play around with the positioning of the knees to see what works best for that patient as far as the stretch. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my knees back, which also increases how far I have to travel as I go ahead, rock back. So now I feel that stretch a little more just because I increase the amount of distance we had to cover and really get that stretch, okay? This one is technically more for centrally, the back, central to back. Now if you want to kind of, again, isolate the sides, what you can do is simply start in the same position, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and cross my right arm to put it on the outside of the left, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and grip the ground. And again, as I do this, I'm gonna sit back, and now I feel that mostly on the right side, okay? Another thing too is you wanna make sure that you're not starting your hips to the side first and then stretching. That's because you're gonna feel a lot more stress on the glute. Again, just keep the body forward and simply only cross with the arm. Same thing if you go to the left, or to your right, I should say, and stretch the left side. Keep that body forward. Try not to get your hips to either side so we don't lose that tension in the back. Okay, so depending on the patient, they may have it more central, they may have it to one side. I've seen some success with patients here, again, increasing that tolerance. So that way they can do some exercises in their session and also boost their morale. All right, give it a shot.
We have like probably 1 million exercises between Christian.
Yeah, I was telling you last week.